said this in my couple previous videos of the Brooklyn Nets. Also, I'm still visiting my parents. I'm going to be like this for the next few weeks. And guys, I'm not wrong. The Brooklyn Nets are aware of this too. Nobody's giving attention to them. And they're a New York team. Media ain't doing it. Because what? As someone who's a journalism student, I find it so annoying as someone who's going into broadcast news. And that bad news sells good. And I don't like that. Why aren't we praising this team for right now being fourth in the Eastern Conference? 20-12, 18-7 under Jacques Vaughn. Okay? James Harden came out and said he didn't like the Brooklyn Nets because they didn't have structure. Seems like they didn't have structure under Steve Nash. Under Jacques Vaughn, this guy's holding people accountable. They're the 15th best, scoring offense in the league, 7th best offensive rating, 10th best opponent's points per game with 111, 12th best defense. Guess what? You want to hear a stat? I think it's like 90% or 99% of championship teams that make it to the finals have a top 10 offense or defense and a top 15 defense or offense. So if their offense is top 10, their defense is top 15. If their defense is top 10, their offense is top 15. That's usually the recipe for a championship team. And the reason why I say they're aware of this is, let me read you a quote. I love reading quotes, guys. That's what we do here. Shout out Vincent Goodwill at Yahoo Sports for this information. These past few weeks, they've been creeping up, and now they're on the come up, making themselves relevant in the Eastern Conference. But Kevin Durant notices the lack of attention his team has received. Quote, I get that other people don't look at our roster as a championship roster. But when we get wins, the way we get wins, you got to pay attention to that. When Kai and Ben Simmons didn't play, we beat teams by nearly 40 points. Any other team, it's, hold on, what they doing over there? They take us for granted, me and Kai especially. We got to jump through a hula-hoop of fire to be impressed, end quote, said Durant to Yahoo Sports. And for me, I think it's great because Durant says the New York culture is generally negative, and he expects it in a way, quote, is embellish the right word? Y'all do that because it's New York City. Just the media in general in New York City feeds the fans, and the fans like negative shit. They're used to teams not playing well over the years, so they just accept the drama. So when the drama comes around and it's a normal feeling, that New York culture over the last 50 years in sports, I feel like NBA culture is starting to turn that way now, and it's always been that way in New York, Durant said. And I agree. That's a great quote. Shout out Vincent Goodwill for this. And right here, last tidbit from this article. The Nets' recent history of drama and underachieving means the bar is higher, which is understandable in a way. Obviously, they went out and got Durant and Kyrie, and this is year 4. And you don't see, I don't see that standard for other teams. I don't see the standard for guys who actually didn't have the circumstance we had. Injuries, $50 million salary that wasn't playing last year. We don't get that grace, but we got to play through everything. With other teams, they got to say some of that grace, but I understand we haven't earned it yet. We got to work for that, Durant said. And that's a great piece because he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Watanabe, one of the best guys off the bench. Ben Simmons, diamond, looking like a defensive player of the year candidate and not getting any recognition. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. They're the best field goal percentage in the league, okay? Number 1 in blocks. 8th best passing team, okay? And they're the second in 2-point, field goals. They're scoring at a high clip, 15th in points. You got Kyrie and Kevin combined for 30 points a night. You get another 12 from Clarkson. You got 12 and 10 basically from Clarkson, 3 blocks a night. Then people don't realize they have 6 dudes scoring 8 points a night, which you think that's bad, but that's actually really crazy. Summer 8 points, TJ Warren 8 points, and TJ Warren and Seth Curry almost at 9 points. And then you got Watanabe 8 points. You got Joe Harris 8 points, Ben Simmons 8 points. Everyone comes out and drops a little, and the crazy part is some nights, one or two of those guys who are scoring 8 points drop double digits, and they have scores on this bench. And right here, Summer, Warren, Watanabe, Curry, Harris, Simmons, okay, all those guys are right there. That's 6 guys right before you get to Royce O'Neal And that's your 7 guys, and then you got Clarkson, Durant, Irving. Like, you got 8 guys right behind Kyrie and Kevin Durant that people aren't talking about. And then that's when you hit Cam Thomas, Patty Mills, Markieff Morris, David Duke, Deron Sharp, Kessler Edwards, and Aldontis Williams. So I think this team's a lot better than people want to give them credit for.